Hola! Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be learning how to make this simple beaded bag, so stick around. So for this project we'll be using this kind of beads. They're called marble beads. And then we'd also need our fishing line. We'll be using 0.70 millimeters. And lastly, our scissors. Those are the only things required for this. Now to get started, we're going to cut out some fishing line. We'll be using this much. And now I want to go ahead to add 4 beads to the left hand side of the fishing line. We're going to add 4 beads to that. 2, 3, and 4. Now here you're going to pass both ends of the fishing line through that last one you added, the 4th one you added. Now you drag it all the way down. Make sure it's really tight. And there you have it. You have your first ring. And now to proceed, you want to add 1 bead to the left, another bead to the right, another bead to the right, and then you go ahead to cross both ends of the fishing line with 1, like that. And then you drag it all the way down. Make sure it's very tight, because you don't want the loose work at the end of everything. So the length and width of our bag is 3 by 3. So now we're on the second ring, so that means we have 1 more ring left. And now we're at the last ring, so you want to go ahead to add 3 beads to the left. It's no longer the usual 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and closing with 1. It's now 3 beads to the left. Then we're going to close in with the last one there, because we're going over to the second side now, the second line. Do you understand? So we're closing in with that last one. That's it. Now we're over to the right hand side. We want to start a new line now. So now you go ahead to add 3 beads to the left hand side. 3 beads. And you're going to repeat what you did. You're going to close both ends of the fishing line with the 3rd one you added. The last one you added there. Yeah. So you're going to close that in, drag it all the way down, and that's it. That's the beginning of your second line. I hope it's clear. Alright, now to proceed, you are going to pass your fishing line through that bead I'm pointing at. Going to pass it through. That's it. And now, earlier we said a ring is equal to 4 beads. So now to make this 4, we're going to add 2 beads. 2 beads. So we're going to add it to the left hand side of the fishing line. 1, 2, and then we'll close both ends with the last one. Yeah, that one. Make sure you tighten it. Make sure it's very, very tight. So now look, we're at the last part of the line. Usually I'd go under that one, then add 2 beads to the right hand side of the fishing line. Now notice we're no longer working with the left now, we're working with the right hand side of the fishing line. But this is not the approach I like to take, because in the past, few of my students, they've been confused about this method. I don't know why. But yeah, adding to the right will give you the same result, yeah? But to make it easier, there's something else I do. This is very, very good. Adding to the right, very good. But an easier method would be to flip your mat to flip it over. Just flip it, because I like working with my left. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to add 2 beads to the left and closing with the last one. And there you have it. That's the end of the second line. And now to start the third line, do you remember what we're supposed to do? Of course, we're going to add 3 beads to the left, and then we'll close in with the last one. Yeah. So you want to drag that all the way down. Make sure it's very tight too, because you don't want your work to loosen. I keep highlighting on that. Then you want to go into the next one like we did earlier. Pass that through, then add 2 beads to the left. Add 2 beads to the left, and then you cross, both ends of the fishing line with the last one you added. Repeat the same thing. We're at the last ring now. Go in through that bead. So now you want to flip your mat, then add 2 to the left and close in with both ends. I really do like this approach too, because it makes your work consistent. Working with the left all through the beading would cause less confusion since you're a beginner. So that's why I like this approach very much. So now you're done with the base of the bag, but hey, we've run out of fishing line. Look at that. Do not panic. What you want to do is pass your fishing line through the bag, through the mat. Make sure you pass it in corners, because you don't want your fishing line to be visible to the eye, and it really makes your work neater too. And be careful, do not tie. Tying your fishing line will also make your work look rough. So you just want to pass that across the mat. After that, you want to cut out the excess fishing line ends, and now we have the base of our bag. So we want to make the corners the height of the bag now. So you want to cut out a fresh fishing line and start, continue where you left off. From any side, just pass your fishing line through the first bead there. Pass it through. Then we're starting a new line, and what do we remember? Whenever we're starting a new line, we need to add 3 beads to the left, right? So we're going to add 3 beads to the left hand side. 1, 2, 3. Then drag it all the way down. Then just continue like we were doing earlier. Once we've started a new line, we'd go into the next bead, right? So that's what we're going to do now. So now we're going to drag this down, and then we're going to pass our bead through the next line. Then after we do that, of course, we're going to add what? 2 beads. So pass it through, and then we'll be adding 2 beads to the left. 2 beads to the left, and then gonna close in with the last one. So that's what you want to keep repeating until you are at the second to the last bead. Just keep going. You're gonna go round this bag now. That's what we're going to do. So now we are at the last part of the bag, and look, we have 2 beads left. So we are going to take our fishing line into the first bead and the second one. You see, now we're passing into 2 beads instead of the regular one. So we're going to pass into those 2 beads, and now it looks like we have 3 beads. And to complete the ring, what do you think we should add? We have 3 beads, we're going to add 1 because a ring is equal to 4 beads. I hope you understand. So pass both ends of the fishing line into that one, and there you have it. You are done with the first line of the bag. Make sure you grip it really tight. Now you want to repeat what we've been doing all this while. To start a new line, you add 3 beads, and then to continue, you just keep adding 2 till you're done and till you've reached your desired height. So let's do that. Now you're at the last part of the last line. You want to repeat what we did earlier, cross into 2 beads and close in with 1. And when you're at this part, you just want to pass your fishing line through the bag to hide it, because that's it, you're done with the structure of the bag. The only thing left now is the handle. So you just want to hide the fishing line. Now this is what you have. You're finally done with the body of the bag. Yay! So now we want to go ahead to attach the handle. You have to locate the middle of both sides. Then you're going to attach your fishing line. You're going to pass through the middle. Let's cut out some strand. And then we'll pass our fishing line through one side of the bag. Now you want to go on to add the beads on each side, one to the left, another to the right. Now look, we're going to join both ends of the fishing line together, and then we'll pass 1 bead, not across, but just straight into the bead. Let's focus that camera, okay? Straight into the bead like this. Yeah, then we're going to drag that all the way down. Careful with the tangles. Okay, that's settled. Drag it all the way down. Now this is what we have. So now I want to proceed to add 5 more beads. Now it's up to 6. Now you want to add 1 bead on each side, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and then you attach it to the other side of the bag. You're going to cross both ends into that bead I'm pointing at. Cross both ends. And after that, what you need to do is to just pass your fishing line through the bag. Pass it through, make sure it's very tight, and then you're done. And this is how your bag should look like. If you've made it up to this point, good job. If you really found this video helpful, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and also stay tuned for more. Thank you. Bye.